Hi, boys and girls. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had a good week. You know, one thing I did this week, I did a lot of walking. I walked on sand, I walked on concrete, I walked on wood floors, and I even walked in a few muddy puddles. Think about some of the places you may have walked this summer. Maybe some of you hiked up a really steep hill or a mountain. Or maybe you walked on a large dirt or rock pile. How about in the winter? Have you ever walked on slippery ice or snow? This week, I asked a few of my friends if they thought they could walk on water. Take a look at this video and see how they did walking on water. Humans struggle to walk on some surfaces, such as slippery things, hills that are very steep. One thing that we cannot walk on is water. Our bodies are much too dense and our feet push right through the surface. Today in our Bible story, we will learn about a time Jesus miraculously walked on water. Why did Jesus perform miracles? Jesus performed miracles to show that he is the Son of God. Miracles are amazing, and they prove that Jesus can be trusted. His miracles, his teaching, his death, and resurrection show that he is who he says he is. Let's watch the story and find out the miracle that Jesus did with his friend Peter.
Hello friends, it's me, Megan, and I'm Jessie.
Jessie, tell me about these things you have on your arms.
Oh yes, these are my floaties.
Nice. Those are great to wear when you were learning to swim.
Yeah, I don't have to be afraid of sinking when I wear these.
In today's Bible story, Peter actually began to sink into the sea.
Oh no, he needed some floaties.
Peter had something even better than floaties.
He did? What?
Jesus. Listen to the Bible story to hear what happened. Jesus had been teaching people by the sea. It was getting late, so he told his disciples to get into a boat and go to the other side of the sea. Jesus went up on a mountain to pray by himself. That evening, the boat was far from the shore when the wind started to blow. Big waves tossed the boat up and down. Jesus was still on the mountain alone. In the middle of the night, Jesus walked on the sea toward his disciples. When the disciples saw Jesus, they were very afraid. "It's a ghost!" they cried. Jesus spoke to them right away. "It's me," he said. "Don't be afraid." Jesus' disciple Peter said, "Lord, if it really is you, Tell me to come to you on the water." So Jesus said, "Come." Peter got out of the boat. He started walking on the water toward Jesus. But then Peter saw how windy it was, and he was afraid. Peter began to sink into the water. "Lord, save me!" Peter cried. Jesus reached out and grabbed Peter. "Why didn't you trust me?" Jesus asked. They got into the boat and the wind stopped. Everyone in the boat worshiped Jesus. "You really are the Son of God," they said. Jesus showed that we can trust him. His life, death, and resurrection showed that Jesus is who he says he is. When we look to Jesus and trust him, he will save us from our sin.
That was amazing how Jesus and Peter walked on the water. Jesus showed that he is God by walking on the water. When you visit a pool next time with your friend or family member, try to walk on the water. Talk about the miracle of Jesus walking on the water. And when you remember this story, remember that when God calls you to take a step of faith, you can trust him no matter what. Now, you probably won't ever have to walk on the water, but there's other things, difficult things that he may ask you to do. Like he tells us to tell the truth. He tells us to obey our parents. He tells us to be kind to others even when they're not being kind. He calls us to have a good attitude when our plans get canceled. And whenever you struggle to do these things, you can pray and ask Jesus to help you. And when you have doubts growing in your mind, you can turn to Jesus and pray. We can ask him to give us more faith and to protect us from our doubts and fears. Psalm 40 verse 5 says, "Lord my God, you have done many things. Your wondrous works and your plans for us, none can compare with you." This is a wonderful reminder that God is good. All he does is good, and all his plans for you and me are good. So have fun at the pool this week. Bye for now.